So I'm taking a look at the granite that we put the tung oil on, and you can see streaks, which is no surprise because if I was doing hardwood, I'd have the same effect, and that's because the oil dries quite fast. So you tend to leave streaks. It's kind of like a polyurethane would. In that case, you probably put it on heavier. So what I did this morning was I thought, I'm going to fill a couple of spots with silicone just for kicks. This is all just for fun, just experimental. Maybe not experimental, maybe just for fun, really. It'll dry clear, so that'll disappear. So if this was a piece of wood, one of the reasons I like tung oil is because it it really gives a nice sheen when it's done right. Now, but it is a little difficult to do because so what you'd normally do here, after the first coat, you would take a really fine sandpaper or a really, not a coarse, really fine steel wool and go over this and then give it another coat with a really soft cloth. I've heard people using nylons, I think terry cloth, or yeah, I can't remember, something like that, or cheesecloth. So I think really anything really soft to give it its final coat. But actually, they do multiple coats. I've heard of people doing 4 or 5 coats, sanding really fine sandpaper or really fine steel wool in between. But in this case, I don't plan on. I'm not trying to get a polished finish on this thing. I'm just experimenting. So I have been reading or looking at videos and stuff about etching and everything. Well, this is granite, so that etching is not really an issue. But stains can be an issue, but this is a pretty dynamic granite, so with a normal sealant, that would probably be fine. But I keep wondering, could something like tung oil stop the etching on like a marble? And I don't know the answer to that, and I don't know if anybody would want to do that. I may do some testing just for fun and just see, but I do know there are coatings that are out there now that they are using. I don't know what they are. They don't really say. They're kind of like a proprietary thing, but they might be some type of a really hard coating that they're putting on top of the marbles and the dolomites to give them a little bit more protection against etching. Well, supposedly it stops it. So would something like tung oil do it? So I don't know. I might do some experimenting just for kicks, just for fun. I mean, after all, it is a wood shop, so stone is not the priority here, but stone and wood really do go together. That's what I'm learning from my other projects. So along with that line, I really need to get to work on the stairs railing. I haven't decided. I think I'm going to go with the diamond look. I just think it's more in tune with what I've been doing, although I'm tempted to do something else, but I really think that looks sharp, and I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. And maybe this along the edge, though. Maybe I do need to do something like this along the edge, although part of me kind of wanted to leave it like this, to give that, to give the feel of what I've been going for on the rest of the stairs. So I just kind of torn on that one. I just think that would be a cool look. Is it going to be comfortable on your hands? I don't know. So I need to think more about that, but I don't think it'd be that bad. It's not like I know on some stairs I do kind of slide my hands down the rails, but I don't think this would be that bad. I mean, they'll all be sanded. If you wanted to, you could follow your hand down through on this one as you're walking up. This will be all sanded nice. So yeah, I think that might be a compromise in between the two. Give me the support, but yeah, still give me this look. Okay, let's get sanding because we got a bunch of it to do, and then maybe we can start putting these together too, so we get our whole lengths done. Because then putting it all together, we're not going to put it all together here. We want to get these together, these strips, and then we have to go in and get a measurement where these holes need to go. And then we have to put all the holes in. Then we put it all together inside, and the last thing, we'll put this on because we don't know the angle yet. So we need to get this all together, get it on the steps so we have the angle, and then we can put this on correctly. Okay, let's get sanding. Oh, I should also say, I did forget to say one thing. So on the tung oil, if I was doing wood, so certain types of wood are more porous than others. And that's true with the stone. So there is a lot of similarities here I'm seeing. Like if this was a pine, it's stuff's going to go in further. If it was a hickory, it'd be closer to what the stone feel is. It's going to go in some, but it's not going to go in as much. Like if I was doing this on a porous wood, there wouldn't be any streaks on the first coat because the first coat would have just went right in. But if I was doing hickory, something really hard, then this could be the case. I would get streaks on the first coat. But it's also how you put it on. Like I was kind of rubbing in circular motions. Once I get this, if I'm going to try to get it really nice, I would probably get it smoothed off with some really fine sandpaper and then go with the grain. Because this does, in a wood sense, this kind of does have a grain, the pattern. I would just go across like that and not overdo it, just one quick passing and then take my hand and then stay off it. Okay, so let's get to sanding.